Oy vey. Okay. Bye. Okay, this is one of those batshit crazy cat posts. I'm just letting you know what's going on. So I want to preface this by saying there's not a spiritual warfare in the way that you would think that there was a spiritual warfare. There's not a good guy, there's not a bad guy, or anything like that. It is unhealed trauma. Trauma is the virus. As we heal our own trauma and we break free from the trauma that needs to survive through us is left in attack mode because it is a virus. So it goes into attack mode, okay? Back in August of 2021, there was a working done that burnt the trauma virus, that biblical God oversoul, that power struggle, that trauma, burnt it from the inside out. There's some things that I've learned that I need to specify. Something never really sat right with me with the whole like biblical God being the quote unquote enemy, because I don't feel like it's ever us versus them. I feel like it's an internal struggle. Also, I felt like the biblical God oversoul needed to heal. Well, we can't help it. We can't force it to heal. But also this, when we look at the oversoul pie chart, there are 12 oversouls, and then the 13th one just kind of like shadows over all of them. This is what's going on. It's like a Voldemort situation. It's a Horcrux inside. It's anchored to all the other oversouls. It is an egregore inside itself. The biblical God oversoul is like an egregore inside itself. And the trauma virus that it is keeps fueling it, keeping it alive. So, whenever you are having someone that has that energy inside of them and it's taken over them, I'm not saying that they shouldn't, be held accountable for their actions. That's not what this is. This is as that trauma virus has made someone in your life manipulate the fuck out of you, tie you down, put you in a place where you don't trust yourself. And anything that you get excited or passionate about, they stifle it right away. Anybody in your life that has that's usually like a parent or a significant other, it's part of that biblical God oversoul. So how do you rectify it? What does this mean? How do you protect yourself, but also not give in to the fear of it? I'll go into it into the next part. As each of us finally get to the point where we say is enough, and we break free and we do all these healings and these layers come off, all this trauma and stuff, we start to see the trauma that's embedded in us that isn't from a past life. It isn't from something that we did that we need to hold ourselves accountable for. It's literally implanted in us from another person that's close to us. And once we see that person for who they are and we go, no. It's very much Mother Gothel. And it's like, oh, no. So these people that have this trauma in them, this like 13th oversoul stuff, this egregore, that house it, they very much lose their shit when you say no and you finally see them for who they are. Like, they play victim really well. They're really, really manipulative, make you feel like you're not good enough, that you can't succeed, all this stuff. And when you finally put up a boundary, they lose their shit. Okay, so an example. If, let's say you tell a friend, like, hey, I'm not doing so good. I need some time to just sit by myself and relax. And the friend says, okay, cool. Like, take all the time you need. Let me know if you need anything. Total respect. Like, you take care of you and you let me know. As opposed to, hey, I need some time to back up and think about things. And the person loses their fucking shit to the point, like, continuously calls you, continuously texts you, you have to block them, and then they lose their shit further and email you and you never let. Once you set your boundary, that energy loses its fucking shit. And it will be connected to a person specifically when you finally set those boundaries. So it's really easy for us to think that that person is the enemy, or that this energy is the enemy, and that we're in a battle or spiritual warfare with the biblical God Oversoul. But it is a trauma virus, and it is feeding off of all of us as humanity. I'll go into the next part. Okay, so why do I call it the biblical God Oversoul? Because if you look at it, if you look in the biblical text or religion or Christianity on a whole or Catholicism or throughout history, like anybody, they seem all well and good. They seem like they give. They seem like they're loving. They seem like they're kind and generous. As long as you do what they say, no matter what. And as soon as you say no, you are the enemy. You are the devil. You are evil. If you have any boundaries, you are the issue. That is that oversoul. Hence the crusades for Christ, the death of many. Hence how everybody's loving and great in the church until you leave it, and none of those people stay with you. Hence, when you finally stand up for yourself and you leave your bad relationship or your family, it's not peaceful. It doesn't go well. It's like a fucking shitstorm. And it makes it to where you don't feel like you can leave. You feel stuck. Well, we've done a lot of work. You're not fucking stuck anymore. I'm telling you now, you're not a victim. You are not stuck. And you can get through this. It's just real fucking shitty if you're by yourself and you don't know how. And that's why it loops. And that's how it feeds and keeps you stuck there. But it'll never be good. It'll always be worse if you don't break free. Because now you see them and you see that energy, and they'll hold it over your head and treat you shitty. They will. So how do you break free, but also not have that fear, and also be able to talk to who you need to? Like, especially if you were in a relationship, this could be your baby daddy or your baby mama or whatever. This could be a parent. This could be a sibling. This could be your child even. Wow, I haven't seen it be the child. Oh, yes, I have. I've seen it be a child. If you can't break free from that situation, how do you break free from the energy so it doesn't feed anymore? That's what I'm going to help you with. That healing that I put in the first part that I stitched, that's the healing that you're going to need to do to break free of that situation, and also make sure your team ups your shielding and guardings and all of that. But how do you keep it strong and still interact with the people that you have to interact with? And that will be the last part. I'm going to go over it in the next video. So yeah, I'm going to do that now. Okay. All right. So combined with the healing that's on the first video of this series, combined with that, you need to copy and paste that as needed whenever. Okay. But also, try not to say the person's full name because it opens an energy passageway. So, like, if we have a couple of names for different people that have this virus, like, in their system. We can't get it out of their system. It's theirs to get out, but we can help. And if we all can take our power back, that system will, or that trauma has nothing to feed off of, then we can help the people that are in it. It's like a step process. Not giving up hope on them, not saying that they're evil, just we have to break free of that shit in order to rectify it all the way through. Does that make sense? Okay, I hope so. So, when you're interacting with these people, kick them the fuck out of your system every single time. Kick them out. By that healing, use that healing. Kick them the fuck out all over and align your timelines and everything every single time. And, change their name to a letter, to a symbol, to a qualifying characteristic. Like one of the people, they are dubbed Crazy Lady. One of the people is dubbed Glasses Face. One of the people is dubbed the letter of their, the first initial of their name. Or actually a couple of them are. Whatever you need to do to where when you vent about it, when you talk about it, you aren't directly inviting their soul in by saying their name. But also, even when you vent about it and change the letter, copy and paste that exact healing at the beginning of this, get them off of you. This is going to be a process. There is going to be a little bit of a disruption in your life, so be prepared. You must really, 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 really want to break free of this in order to start this process. Because it is painful, and they will try anything and everything to get back into your life. Okay, I don't know if you've seen the Harry Potter 5 Order of the Phoenix, but how Voldemort gets inside Harry's head and makes him think that he is insignificant and horrible and bad, and it's torturous. It's like that. And then how Harry pulls out of it is to remember that he has something to live for, that he is loving, that he is kind, that he is powerful, and that he's not willing to end. He has something to, he has a life worth keeping, a love worth keeping, a fight worth keeping. But even in that example, Voldemort was a boy named Tom before that virus infected him. Just perspective. Good luck. Going out or paying for the gas and stuff doesn't fucking matter. And if you're not in a place where that shit doesn't fucking matter, you're not gonna fucking notice anything but the tire blowing out and the fucking money for the gas and the groceries and all that shit and the credit cards and all that. If you're focused on that money mantra ain't gonna do fucking shit for you guys. It's not. Does that make sense? We need to get us on the path of not giving a fuck about the price of gas before we even fucking touch the money mantra shit. Want to add it in there? Absolutely go for it. Just don't fucking, add it in there casually. Don't put a lot of effort and energy into this shit isn't working for me. Because you have to figure out how to be okay with the bills that you already have. That is step number 1. So if you are someone who... Okay, bye!